Trump administration considers suspending habeas corpus amid immigration crackdown in a controversial move. The Trump administration is contemplating suspending the constitutional right of habeas corpus for detained immigrants. Stephen Miller, a senior policy advisor to President Trump, announced that the administration is exploring this unprecedented measure to expedite deportations and circumvent judicial obstacles that have hindered their immigration policies. The habeas corpus, enshrined in the U.S. Constitution, allows individuals to challenge unlawful detention. Its suspension is permissible only during instances of rebellion or invasion, a provision the administration argues applies to the current situation at the southern border, which they describe as invasion by undocumented immigrants. Legal experts and civil rights advocates have expressed alarm over this potential suspension. They argue that such a move would undermine fundamental legal protections and set a dangerous precedent. Historically, habeas corpus has been suspended only 4 times in U.S. history. Most notably during the Civil War, the administration's stance has also drawn criticism for its handling of specific immigration cases. Notably, the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a legally present immigrant, has been a focal point. Despite a Supreme Court ruling mandating efforts to facilitate his return, the administration has resisted compliance, leading to accusations of misrepresenting legal facts and defying judicial authority as the administration continues to pursue aggressive immigration policies. The potential suspension of habeas corpus raises significant constitutional questions and concerns about the erosion of civil liberties. The situation remains fluid, with legal challenges and public debate intensifying over the balance between national security and individual rights. Trump aide Stephen Miller proposes suspending habeas corpus for immigrants. Washington, D.C., May 10, 2025. In a move raising serious constitutional and ethical concerns, former Trump advisor Stephen Miller has publicly floated the idea of suspending the right of habeas corpus for undocumented immigrants. This would effectively eliminate their ability to challenge detentions in court, a cornerstone of American legal protections dating back to the founding of the Republic. Miller made the proposal in light of what he described as an ongoing invasion at the U.S. southern border, citing the continued arrival of migrants as justification for extraordinary executive action. He argued that the administration's immigration enforcement efforts have been repeatedly blocked or delayed by court challenges, which he believes weaken border security and encourage further unlawful entry. What is habeas corpus, and why does it matter? Habeas corpus, a Latin term meaning "you shall have the body," ensures that a person can challenge the legality of their detention before a judge. It is protected under Article 1, Section 9 of the U.S. Constitution, and can only be suspended in cases of rebellion or invasion. Legal scholars argue that immigration surges, no matter how politically contentious, do not meet that threshold. Miller and other allies suggest otherwise, framing the immigration issue in military terms and hinting that a legal precedent could be set for expanded executive authority. Civil rights groups and legal experts warn that this would mark an erosion of fundamental civil liberties and set a dangerous precedent with potential implications beyond immigration. Controversy over deportation and judicial defiance. This proposal comes amid scrutiny over the administration's refusal to comply with a Supreme Court ruling regarding Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a legally present immigrant who was deported despite multiple court rulings to halt his removal. The administration has not taken steps to return him to the U.S., and critics accuse it of deliberately misleading the courts. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan, presiding over cases challenging the administration's immigration tactics, has warned that defiance of court orders could amount to contempt of court and a violation of constitutional principles. Broader implications and political fallout. Miller's remarks have fueled outrage among Democrats, civil liberties advocates, and even some conservative legal commentators. Senator Alex Padilla called the idea blatantly unconstitutional, while the ACLU vowed immediate legal action should the White House pursue such a course. Meanwhile, immigration enforcement agencies remain split, with some insiders reportedly uneasy about the legal risks and long-term implications of suspending basic due process rights. Conclusion: the Trump team's contemplation of suspending habeas corpus signals an aggressive legal and political strategy that could redefine the limits of executive power. As the 2024 campaign cycle heats up, this debate is likely to become a flashpoint in the national conversation about immigration, constitutional rights, and the rule of law.